Hello, everyone. The Rams are 6-1. They are winners of 3 in a row, and we are set for another episode of Rams Revealed, and really excited about our guest. He is Deayon, also known as Double D, a.k.a. Good Eats. Slender Man is the most recent name that we can apply to this Rams corner. Double D, thank you for being here.
I appreciate you having me.
It's nice to see you. I think all Rams fans would agree that you are one of the most upbeat, joyful personalities in this facility. I'd love to know, where does that come from, and how can I get some?
Well, I'll say it originated, just being the youngest of 4 older brothers and just always having to stand up, stand on them 10 toes and be in the mix and want to be involved and them telling you no all the time. And so that just came from always the will of wanting to.
Are they the same way, or is this a birth order thing?
Just the order. Now it's like, it's good now. We all cohesive.
Does it come naturally, though, or is it something you choose every day?
It comes naturally, but there are days where you're waking up and you're like, I got to bring that energy because I know it's going to rub off on other people, and me being excited gets everybody excited, gets going, smiling, upbeat. They say you put a smile on your face, it puts a smile on somebody else's face.
I know your teammates and coaches and the staff here really appreciate it. Can we go through your career arc real quick? Because for those who don't know, you were undrafted out of Boise State. You've been waived before every season of your pro career, right?
Yeah.
So the end of summers is not always
one of them. It was only one in 2018. That's it.
And I think it's something like 7 times total. You've hit the injured list a couple of times. So my question is, you've been at this 6 professional seasons now. You're going to be 28 in January. How have you stayed the course?
Really, it's just my mindset from when I first started was I want to be great. Where I didn't say, I want to be great if I'm the biggest, strongest, fastest person out there. Like, it was just the mindset of the love of the game, and that grit, that chip on my shoulder just always drives me to want to not prove people wrong, but myself, show I know what I could do, and I study hard and prepare myself day in and day out, and I grind and craft day in and day out. Whether I'm playing or not, I'm still following that same process and learning from great teammates I've had the pleasure of playing with. Obviously,
you're not the biggest, fastest, strongest, though. Do you ever wonder why? Like, when you have these hard conversations and an organization says, hey, we got to let you go, we'd love to have you back on the practice squad, do you get an answer to that question like, hey, why not me this time around?
Not necessarily. It's just kind of unwritten, but to me, it's part of the business side of things of, whether it comes to cap and this, what's your ticket on this? How much does this guy cost? What does he do? Special teams, straight defense, both can. So I know it's a little bit of everything that goes into it, but doesn't deter me from grinding.
It is a nasty numbers game, though, right? Like, I feel like for years now you've been the 54th. Like, when you're trying to cobble together a 53-man roster, whether it's New York or LA, you've been right there on that bubble. And here's my thing, like, I get why for this group, because they're so deep and talented at corner, maybe it hasn't worked out for you. What I don't understand is, how do the other 31 teams not say, man, as good as the Rams are at corner, can we get what they don't need?
Yeah, I would say it's probably because some teams, like you say, they don't want to take risk on size. If you don't pass the eye candy, then they're probably like, it's a risk to us. But to me, I've never seen the size as a factor of my play.
So I know this isn't your first opportunity on the field with the Rams, but it might be your biggest yet. These last couple of weeks have been heavy snap counts, a lot of targets. How do you feel like you've performed?
Pretty decent so far, just getting out there, being able to fly around and really showcase my talents in a game setting now versus it being preseason or practice. Like you said, I feel like this is my biggest opportunity, and I'm really excited for it and just really ready to take the most and make the most of it.
To that point, how determined are you to make it stick this time around?
I want nothing else. I want nothing else. So like you said, going through that process, though, of being waived those times after preseason, it comes to the counts and all these things. But now we're in the regular season. Like, it's go time. So either you're contributing to help a team win a Super Bowl or you're not. And that's my goal, is to do whatever I can to help this team contribute to make it to the playoffs and win the Super Bowl.
Here's the thing, though. On that point, you have been contributing, right? Maybe not dressing on game day, but that Super Bowl run, that NFC Championship from 2018, like, you were contributing. Now the difference is we get to see you in uniform, and I'm sure it touches your bank account too. Also not a bad thing, right? A long time coming. I'm wondering, would you be willing to give us a quick scan report on each member of the corner room? Because you guys are just amazing personalities and I think super skilled. Let's start with D. Will if we can. Out one more week with his injury. Can't wait to get him back, hopefully for that Tennessee game. What does Darius Williams do for this group?
Well, D. Will brings a lot to this group because, like, his versatility, like playing the slot and playing outside, but he also gives you that element of that's an island that you don't want to go on. Like, if you're not going to sit there and just throw the ball over there down in and down out, because he'll make you play. He'll make you pay, and he could make game-changing plays. It could be a pick six that quick. So he brings a lot of versatility to the group and big playability.
Newest member, Scooter, Robert Rochelle, thankfully avoided the worst in terms of his injury scenario against the Lions. He does have all the attributes, right, that teams drool over. What impression has he made on you?
He's made a big impression. Just the will to, like, learn, you know, because, yeah, like you say, size, speed, weight could get you there, but once you get into these weeks and these games, it's hard with these OCs. You got to really put the time in scouting now, and now you got to study these receivers. You got to study tendencies. So him getting in that rhythm and getting that flow of seeing, like, oh, yeah, they ran this before, so now, okay, like, he's starting to catch on to those little things, and you're gonna start seeing it pay off, like taking his game to the next level.
David Long Jr. from this area as well, had his moment as the starter, stepped aside for a moment. Now he's right back in the mix.
Yeah, D-Lo, that's D-Lo, that's my guy. So D-Lo, he plays really sticky coverage. You know, he's a good man corner. He plays good, solid football. Like, you know, he's a good, solid football player, plays really tight coverage, and he brings that element of, he's not a big rah-rah guy. He doesn't really, but you could tell when you look at him, he's locked in. I'm ready to get it done.
And last but certainly not least, coming off a 27th birthday pick, Jalen Ramsay.
Oh, come on. That's just the complete package of wrapping our group together and putting it all together of leadership, playmaking ability, and just a guy you could learn from. You know, the best in the business. What more do you want, you know?
And it's not lost on me that you wore 5 at Boise State, right?
Yeah.
So you think it's pretty sweet that he gets to wear it in the league?
Yeah, now he got 5 because I was about to give him a run for it, but he's like, nah, I want 5. You get 5. Nah.
And part of the reason why I go there is you wear 21. You've got the name Deayon, right? It's not spelled the same, I know, but does that play into your upbringing, your football kind of framework at all? Prime?
Yeah, so, like, my nickname is Neon Deayon. You know, I got it tatted on my arm. My people's call me that back home and stuff. So just my mom called me that, like, little Neon Deayon. So that definitely plays a part of being one of the best corners and swag and all that goes into it with the position, talking confidence, just everything about it. And I'm like, damn, and I'm 21 now? Oh, yeah.
Cooper Kupp was in your seat 1 week ago, and we had a great conversation. If you haven't listened to it yet, our audience, do check it out. But one of the things we hit on was the origins of the Ocho route. He told us you were his first victim.
Yes, and I would not say victim. I would say they put the route in because I jumped the route so well when they ran it regularly. You know, so, okay, let me tell you about this. So they run, it's like a return, right? Boom, he goes, sticks, breaks out, runs back in, and they always try to hit that point when he's turning back in, so it's a good catch and you're out leveraged. But see, I got a little tip on when they run it, so I start jumping it. And then I got so aggressive that they put another move off of it, and it's unguardable.
And next thing you know, the Bucs have no idea what hit them. What was your reaction when you saw it in real time? Did you know it was coming?
No, I did not know. I didn't know it was coming because, mind you, they put this route in about 2 years ago. This is when it first got put in, like 2 years ago. People don't even know that. We never ran it in the game, only in practice. So for it to come to life in practice, in the game, I was so excited. I'm like, that's the route. I got that route put in.
Before we kind of came on the air here with this podcast, you and I were talking a little bit about your hometown, Rialto, California, 90-minute drive from Sofie Stadium. You went to Summit High School in Fontana. What does the Inland Empire mean to you, and how did it shape you?
Oh, the IE runs deep. I'm actually proud to be from the IE and one of the guys to, go to a Division I college from the IE and do things that a lot of people in that area don't really get to see because it's kind of like inner city, So just me, Jamal, Kenny Clark, Alexander Madison, some guys, DeMonte Casey, some guys in the IE that I've known now since growing up, and that we all kind of get into this position that like you're a leader, you're starting to see, be a focal point of your area now. You're representing your area, and I think that's just big for me. I carry that on my shoulders. Like, yeah, I'm from the IE. Yeah, I'm putting on for the IE. I'm representing, like I'm holding it down. So I just take pride in that.
One of those names you just mentioned, Jamal. That's Jamal Williams, Lions running back.
Yes.
24 hours ago, he was just at SoFi Stadium.
Yes.
Prep teammate?
Mm-hmm. So we played Pop Warner together. Mm-hmm. We ran track together in youth clubs, and then we went to the same high school, and we were going to go to the same college, but they wanted him to kind of play like linebacker a little bit, and he wanted to just play running back, so he ended up going to BYU. Mm-hmm.
Amazing to see you guys in that same stadium, and for you to be able to bring your friends and family, right? I mean, the SoFi Stadium effect is never going to wear off. You always have someone experiencing it for the first time, but I think it's kind of cool that you get your opportunity on the road in New York. Now here's your first home game at SoFi Stadium. Who were you able to bring, and what did it mean to them?
Yeah, it was real exciting for all my family to come pretty much. My brothers, they didn't all get to make it, but like my mom got to come, my girl, couple friends, my auntie, uncle, and then they had some friends and family with them. So it was just like a whole group setting. And then Jamal's family ended up sitting a little next to mine. So like it was just a whole group. Like it was dope.
And I think this theme is connected. I'm reminded with the hat that you're wearing. What is Good Eats all about? We've covered this before, but I think it's worth a refresher.
Yeah, so Good Eats is my nonprofit that I started when I was in college, and Jamal's part of it too. Mm-hmm. We got guys that are part of it that are from the NFL, some that play college ball with, but basically we do a lot of different things, but the main goal is to just reach the generation to come with camps, giveaways, school supplies, giveaways, just doing anything we can for our area and bringing opportunity and things like that to the area. So that's the main goal.
As I look at the logo on your hat there, I'm reminded there was a picture that was circulated on social media. I think it was after the Giants game. And the league is pretty strict about uniform policy, right? But one of the things that they allow, I think it's so cool, is the thigh pad design. Yeah. And you've got Good Eats on your thigh pads?
Yes, sir.
That's incredible. It was Brockers who started to get those for guys on the defense a couple of years back, right?
Yeah, so I don't know if you're familiar. So the guy who makes them, I started wearing them in college.
No kidding.
Yeah, he made them for me when I was at Boise. So I used to have Bronco heads on my thigh pads. And then when we got to the league, they started allowing it. So when I was in New York, I had them. Mm-hmm. And then now I'm with the Rams, now I got the Good Eats ones.
Oh, that's great perspective. I'm glad you told me the backstory on that. Yeah. Can't have Double D in the studio and not ask him about Hard Knocks, right? Flexing on Aaron Donald was one of the great moments. How much did that elevate your profile?
It shot up pretty quick. I didn't know it was going to do what it did. I didn't think, anything of it. Like, I didn't know that clip, how it played. I didn't know it was going to even seem like that, but it was pretty dope. It was pretty funny. Me and AD cool. So I always be messing with AD though. That's the thing. I always mess with AD, and then now you got that one flexing on him, Because I be telling him I be lifting, so I'll be trying to, hey, don't worry, I'm gonna get there. Get these muscles up.
You've muscled up to 159 pounds roster weight at least. Here's my question: did you ever think you would have a Rams teammate who weighs less than you do?
I did not. I have never once thought that ever, and I always thought I would be like the smallest guy on my team anytime, and now we got somebody like that.
So they draft Tutu Atwell, and you're like, finally.
I'm like, yes, now we can put the weight aside a little bit, guys, just.
At the other end of the spectrum, I want to ask you about Sebastian Joseph Day. Do you know where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
Can you grade his sack dance from Sunday?
Okay, he had a. You talk about his gritty. Okay, for a big dude, that was a pretty good gritty. I will give him a 6.5
Out of 10?
out of 10.
All right, that's not bad. Do I have the backstory correct? Obviously, I'm way out of the loop. You won't be surprised. But it's based on a song by Kenneth Brother, a champion football player turned rapper from New Orleans, popularized by Justin Jefferson, Vikings receiver.
Yes,
Okay.
that is right. That is correct.
Who does the best one?
I might have the best gritty. I just ain't show nobody it yet, but I might have the best.
Your time's coming. Everybody's
Yeah.
getting picks.
I'm telling you.
Scooter, Jalen, Nick Scott.
Double D.
Double D.
You feel me? It just sounds good. That's how I gotta go.
You've been so generous with your time. I want to wrap this up with a segment we call 3 and Out. Every Rams teammate that comes in here, if they get the 3 questions correct, and believe me, they're not hard, I make a donation to the LA Rams Foundation on their behalf. So I would love to kind of send you out with this. And thank you so much for bringing light to our Monday here on a rainy day in Thousand Oaks. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
It is Halloween week, so these are all going to be Halloween themed. What is the best Halloween candy?
Ooh, candy corn.
Come on. I mean, it's for charity. I'm trying to give out some money
Everybody
here.
hates candy
I might
corn.
have to claw it back, though, if you're going to say candy corn in here. Is that really your answer?
Okay. Reese's. Let's go Reese's.
Okay, I can live with that. What is your biggest fear?
Ooh, spiders. I do not like spiders.
Who does?
I fear spiders.
Lastly, scary movies. Take them or leave them?
Take them. I like being in there like this. Oh, don't. Okay, yeah.
I just don't understand pain for the experience of being uncomfortable for multiple hours. That doesn't make sense to me.
But it's just interesting.
I
Get
guess.
you a little,
Once you get through it.
Okay, got it. All right.
Do you have a favorite?
No, I do not. I'm not big on them, so
Gory slasher stuff, though, doesn't bother you? Or you more
Nah.
like the psychological thriller?
both.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Anything goes?
Yeah, anything.
It is great to see you. It is great to get to know you a little bit better. And mostly, I think we're all just happy that your enthusiasm, your optimism is being able to play out between the lines right now.
Appreciate
Go
you.
get them this weekend
Yeah.
in Houston.
Thank you. Appreciate you having
All
me.
right, for Double D, I'm JB Long. This is Rams Reveal.